Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions, episode number 462. My name is Christopher Keo, and I'm here with Geoff Chorney.
What up, guys?
And Jason A. Striker.
Yo, I'm Jason.
And we have some distractions and then a little future game talk to talk to you guys about. But beforehand, got to find out what's going on. I know there's a couple things going on, so I'm going to pass it over to Jason. Jason, what's up, dude? How you doing?
There are like 5 different Taiko Drum Master releases in as many years. And I had no idea. My son finally tried out the Taiko Drum Master that we had downloaded on the Switch.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's like 2 different versions of a Taiko Drum Master on the Switch now.
Is it like air drums with the Joy-Cons?
You can,
okay.
They actually did make a peripheral. I don't know if it made it to the States or not, but there is a drum peripheral available for it. Either way, he played the Rhythm Master version, which is like they added a story mode to Taiko. And there are only like a handful of songs, and I'm like, dude, you don't want this version. Let me get you my PlayStation version, which came out whenever, like 4 years ago or something like that. That has way more songs. It's got Linda. It's got the Totoro theme song. It's got Hello Kitty on it. It's great. It's a great collection. And then he went to bed, and I'm like, he's really going to play this on the Switch more. Let me go and buy that on the Switch. I love the kid. I'm going to buy him a game. So I buy that game and download it. It took forever to download. And then checked it out. Come to find out that it's a fucking different version than my PlayStation version. And this one has like a season pass, like subscription service, kind of like the Just Dance stuff. Okay,
yeah.
So you pay like $4 a month and you get like 500 songs or something like that. But there's like jack shit. They're all in Japanese for the most part, like Japanese pop songs. They didn't add a ton of like video game songs except for God Eater, which is really good. Yeah, so I didn't want him to play that one because it's just mostly the subscription stuff. Come to find out there's another fucking version that's just on the Xbox as well. So we're up to like 4 now, I think, at this point. Anyway, yeah, I didn't know Taiko went off the rails this hard.
Just went crazy.
Yeah, and the subscription stuff is just, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But that's the one that he actually ended up playing, mostly because it's got the Super Mario Brothers theme on it, which is badass. So,
I didn't realize they were still making those games.
Totally.
Like I remember playing those PS2 days when we were playing them.
Yeah, and Britney Spears' Toxic was my favorite one on there. Yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. As it should be.
Back in my day. Yeah. Yeah.
And I had like dual drum setups and stuff. Yeah, those were the days, Archie. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like freaking out about Taiko and how it's like come back, flown under the radar, and they slipped in all this subscription stuff to it, and they still on top of that, they have DLC songs. Like you paid like $1.50
that doesn't make any sense.
On top of the subscription stuff. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Not surprising.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fucking
not into
rude.
that.
It's rude.
Yeah, moving on.
Yep.
Next Taiko, please.
So moral of the story is you bought him a year season pass and all the DLC?
I did not, actually. Did not participate, did not engage, even though they gave me a 7-day like free pass or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yep.
Not touching.
Not taking a chance of that renewal.
That's for suckers. It's for suckers. That's what I'm teaching him. But like when he sees
subscriptions are for suckers.
Yes, not just subscriptions, but DLC is for suckers. That's what I want to instill in him when he plays like Roblox and shit like that. It's for suckers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Robux are for suckers.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Geoff, did you have anything, or you good?
Yeah, not really, man. Just no.
So this week on my end, our business partners were in town. They usually are in the Detroit office, so they came into town.
Detroit?
And we had workshops all week. One of the things that we like to do when they come into town is we always try and pick a day where everyone leaves early and we go and just do something fun, right? And just figure out what we're doing. We've done breweries before. We've done main event. We've done whirly ball. We've done bowling. Haven't done Hooters. This time we went curling.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me guess, you biffed it on the ice.
I didn't actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we went curling. There were probably about 20. There were like 20 of us that went. And one of my BAs, business analysts, is big into curling. She's from Canada, came down here, and she's like a part of the North Atlanta Curling Club, and she was actually like ranked in the world and stuff like that. And
so she'll like go on the ice and she's like hard.
Yeah. No, and so we all went, and they split us into groups, and they taught us how to curl and how to properly slide on the ice and how to let go, how to release the stones and all this stuff. It was a lot of fun. Yes, it's in Atlanta. Shit. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast, and we were there for about 2 hours. And like the first hour was just trying to get comfortable with sliding on the ice, because it looks like especially if you watch professionals do it, it's a really weird. It looks like it's a weird position that they're sliding across the ice in to release that rock. But if for beginners, they give you like this stabilizer tool that you put next to the. So you have one hand on the rock and you have one hand on the tool when you slide. And then they just taught they. It's very interesting that they have like physics lessons essentially while they're teaching you stuff. It's like this rock. And those rocks are 40 pounds. Oh. If you try and push it, it will push back because of Newton's first law. It's right. So he's like, you probably don't want to do that. You might end up on your ass. But yeah, so the first hour they were teaching us how to do some stuff. And then the second hour, they kind of split us up into two groups, and we actually played a set, and it was really neat. So I've watched it on TV. I honestly think it's fascinating, like watching it. It's not like super action packed or anything, but I love like some of the strategy and stuff that they do. But it was a lot of fun to do, and we did have some people bite it, but I luckily did not. Did not,
and they got fired.
Kicked off the team.
I did hit the target with one of my rocks, so I was pretty happy about that.
Good.
So.
40 pounds.
Yeah, it's basically like shuffleboard, pretty much.
Yeah. It is, yes.
I played for like 5 years back when I was younger.
That was like
curling or shuffleboard
class in
curling,
Canada, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of like square dancing down here in Atlanta.
Well, according to my BA, like she said that it is part of PE classes.
Not here.
Places. Not in Toronto.
Depends where she is. No.
Yeah, I guess it must be where she was. But.
I mean, they might have had like excursions and shit, but it was never part of like phys ed. Like they might have had like a you go out, like you would go see a play or something. Maybe they've done stuff like that. I guess it depends where you live.
Field.
Yeah, because you have to have those close by, and they're not small. Like you gotta have a pretty big area. It was fun. I liked it for a couple years, and then I just wanted to play basketball, and my dad kept enrolling me in curling. So I kind of sandbagged on purpose, playing like, I suck. I go to tournament, dude. One of the most fun I had was at a Bonspiel, is what they're called, not tournaments, because they're all hoity-toity when you go into some of these clubs, and it's like
Bonspiel,
so uptight. I was so excited because it had a few arcade machines that were free to play.
Ooh, nice.
And one of them was Double Dragon, and I was the first time I ever beat Double Dragon.
Badass.
Nice.
I was like, this is all. That's all I cared about, was getting off the ice and playing Double Dragon and Mercs. They had Double Dragon, Mercs.
Oh, I remember Mercs.
Arch Rivals.
The thing I remember about Mercs is
twisty stick.
I think some of them did. Yeah. It was kind of like a commando.
I don't remember playing it like that, but because I wasn't Mercs like the side scrolling.
Oh no, it was a side scrolling one.
Yeah, it was a side scrolling one where you played essentially a drug cop.
Jason's I think thinking of Maximum Carnage or Carnage something rather. It was
that's dual joysticks.
Is it?
Are you thinking of Narc? Is that the side scrolling?
Oh, I'm thinking of Narc.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Narc. Yeah.
No, Mercs was also side scrolling too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Mercs
of
2, maybe not.
No, Mercs was a top-down twisty shooter thing. Originally released as Senjo no Okami in Japan, is a run-and-gun video game development. Let's see, Capcom. Yeah,
I'm positive.
Unless you have a different definition of Mercs in Canada.
It's very
Mercs
possible.
in the arcade had an 8-way twisty joystick.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking of Narc.
Okay. Yeah, that's a side.
Yeah, Narc was the one where you had the rocket launchers and shit like that.
Yeah, and the rocket launchers would like blow the people into bits. And like flaming arms.
Mercs, I'm thinking of. Yeah, totally my bad. I'm getting Mercs mixed up with something else.
Okay.
It was an army game though, but it was definitely side scrolling and like multiplayer.
Oh
no, it wasn't
Contra.
Commando.
It's Contra.
Definitely wasn't Contra.
Atari Warriors.
Anyway, whatever it was fun.
Too. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it for me though. So let's jump into some games. Who wants to go first? Jason, you want to go first? I know what you played.
I beat Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy fanatic
already?
Oh my god!
What the hell?
50 hours in the span of like fucking 4 or 5 days. I don't know, but I beat Final Fantasy. I saw credits on Final Fantasy. It's about 50 hours to credits. If you I wasn't really mainlining.
How much side stuff did you do?
There was a fair amount. Like I probably, I don't know if you've touched it yet, but there are pips underneath the names of the areas. There's usually about 20, 30 or something like that. And I probably had like anywhere from like 5 to 10. So like a handful of stuff here and there. That game goes places by the end, and I'm really going to dance around a lot. But I can say that the ending swayed my opinion a little bit. Which way I will leave up to you. But I will say that even upon ending the main storyline and really not having much desire to do the rest of the stuff or end game grind, I was eager to go back in and check out some of the submissions, like some of the side missions and stuff like that. So I did dive back in, and I'm probably another 20 hours past that as well.
Wow, man!
So I'm well past 70 some hours. Yeah,
in a week.
Yeah, in a week. Yep. I haven't done that since I worked at the theater, and working 16-hour days there. That was ridiculous. So.
That's like Travis numbers, man.
Yeah.
He poop talks a game over a weekend.
I don't normally do this. I think the last game I did this was with Prince of Persia. So I've gotten in a state in my life, I think, that I'm able to, just focus on this stuff and not feel guilty. So thank the new medication for that. Thank you very much for letting me play games. Finally, it's been a while and I missed you. But yeah, there's
I want to hear your thoughts about the combat, because I know they made some changes to the combat. And I know that each character plays quite differently.
Pretty
so how does it feel? Does it feel better than it did in the first one? Like I'm hearing that they added some invincibility frames to the rolls. So that's a positive.
It clicked with me better this time. I actually stopped playing the first one for a couple of reasons. Number one was the combat. I wasn't gelling with it. Two was the frame rate on a console, so I was having a real tough time with it. So I waited until the PC version came out, and that fixed the frame rate stuff. But I still wasn't digging the combat. This one I put it down to easy, just so I could kind of mash and just figure things out at my leisure. And stuff eventually clicked. It's like, I know how to synergize this stuff. I know how this links into that. So once I did that, I went up to normal, and the game was like super fucking fun, and it actually felt like a Devil May Cry feel to it, like as far as like, you know, button mashing and beat 'em ups are concerned. There's strict timing to stuff, you know, there's, you know, blocking and air dodging and juggles and stuff. There's a lot going on. I found a really, really good combo that incidentally I found on the internet with there's an enemy skill materia. And then once you equip that, you go through different trials with Chadley, and he will unlock new powers for you. Anyway, the second power is called something pulse dispersion or something like that. So essentially, I made a build around this. So I can start off with like one thing of ATB, and I can pop this thing off. And what this thing does is like it creates like an initial sphere of like lightning or something like that. But every time you pop a new ATB limit or number, you'll disperse more energy, like automatically. You don't have to cast it. So yeah, I built a builder around that so I can cast that directly upon entering combat, and then everything else is just built around building that ATB gauge. So it's super fun because the screen just kind of stops for a second, like as soon as that pulse goes off, and it's just like completely lit up with particle effects and shit. It got fun as hell as soon as I figured that combo out. And that brought me through the rest of the game. Like I loved the combat by the end of it. Okay. So I think if you find something that works out for you, and I think everybody's got shit like that. I saw some shit with Aerith where she's just like wrecking fools. She's like teleporting to different areas and shit. And,
that was what I was going to say. Like with Aerith, I saw some coverage that said that. So even in the first game, she could set up a what do they call it?
Wards?
Like ward? Yes, the ward, that you could set up the ward and literally cast 2 spells for the price of 1, right? And this, like one of her special moves is that she can teleport back to her ward.
Yep.
So you can like
dance around the fucking battlefield.
Yeah, dance around the battlefield, and then when you're ready to fire off like a big attack, you could teleport back to the ward and fire it off. That's really cool. Like that sounds really interesting. I haven't really started it yet. I just finished up chapter 1, so I need to put some time into it. This week will probably happen, but I have been, especially after playing Intermission and playing with Yuffie. Like I feel like I want to try. I want to try the combat again because it seems like they added some things to Tifa and they added some things to Cloud, and I want to try Red out and see how Red plays and things like that.
He's cool.
He looks really agile, like very fast and agile. And then they've got the synergies now too, and I want to try that stuff out. So I'm gonna go in and right now in the demo I played with it on Classic. I'm going to go flip it back to action.
Do it.
And give it a shot and see what it's like. And
you're still going to have issues with your other teammates getting ATB. There's definitely materia that will cover that. But you might get into the practice of like flipping between characters because it's
that's what I do. Easy. I usually will go in and I'll get some attacks off with whoever my leader is at the time. And as soon as I'm able to kick something off, I'll kick it off and literally just flip to the next character. Yeah, I don't even wait for them to do the move. So, and I'll just kind of bounce around with that. And then I always have someone with prayer. And especially once you power up prayer, it's really, really good. And then you get, free heals from 2 ATB bars. That was a big one for me too. And I like the idea of the learning the enemy skills because a lot of enemy skills have elements to them, and you can get elemental attacks without casting magic.
Yeah, like the abilities. Pulse disperses is lightning based.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting into it. I just haven't had the opportunity yet. So
it bit me hard, real hard.
Yeah,
holy shit,
good stuff.
But yeah, I'm still playing that, and I will be for a little while longer. I've completed everything in like the first 3 areas: Grasslands, Junon, and Coral, I think. Then I'm working on Nebel. Actually, I think I completed everything in Nebel as well. Mount Nebel. That was really fun because you get a chocobo that you can essentially fly with if you're over an area of water. So that it adds like a ton of verticality to the traversal and stuff like that. It's neat. It's a lot of fun. That was my favorite area, I think, Nebel. Anyway,
good stuff.
Yeah, lots of Final Fantasy. That's what I've.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking about that for the next few weeks or so.
I'm cool with that.
Good stuff, Geoff. What do you got?
No Final Fantasy yet. They've not started. I'm waiting till I finish one of the other 2 games. I'm trying to finish up Like a Dragon and
nice,
which I've also put on the back burner for now because I was like, okay, I need to beat Like a Dragon or Banishers first. So I'm going to go with Banishers because I thought it was going to be the shorter one. And I don't think it's the shorter one. At least it's not as long, but it's still long, man. I think I'm at 35 hours ish.
Yeah.
And I still think I have a little bit to go. So I'm thinking 40 minimum. Well, maybe even 45.
This seems like a kind of a story based game. Like I wasn't expecting those kind of hours. Wow.
Yeah, no. And I think that's kind of a detriment to it, though. There's a lot of stuff drags out, like not story wise, just you do a lot of weird backtracking, which feels like no reason to. You'll go to an area and then get like a clue, and then you go all the way back to wherever, and then it's like, oh, and now you figure something else out. Then you got to go all the way back again to that same area a couple times. I'm like, why? And there is fast travel, but it's not the best fast travel spots in the world. So it does feel like they kind of put things far away to make it longer to get around, which could kind of draw it out. And going off the beaten path doesn't really help because the stuff you get off the beaten path isn't really worth it. Mm-hmm. It's like crafting stuff.
That's a bummer. Shit.
Yeah, and like money and stuff. And I don't think I've bought a single thing in the game. And the upgrade stuff is like you have enough of it. So, and I can't help but get distracted by it. I'll be like, okay, the marker's telling me to go this way, but here's a path I haven't gone. I'm going to go in. I know it's going to be 3 fucking fur. There's going
to be a chest in there. And yeah.
Exactly. And like new weapons and armor are kind of sparse. So when you do get it, it's like, oh, that's cool. But it doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is pretty much like they could have made it way linear. And I think it might have been a bit better. Because the story stuff is awesome. It's great. And if anything, I do wish the things you do with each haunting had an effect in the world you're playing in and more of an effect on the overall story. Like it just seems like you do the haunting, it happens, and then you're like, people might talk to you a little bit differently, but that's about it.
Okay.
But if you don't care about that kind of thing, it's not a big deal. Just in this day and age, it's like a lot of games are getting better with that kind of thing. So you really got to think about your choices. But I'm still having a lot of fun with it. The combat, again, it's still getting better. I just fought a great boss battle this morning, which is awesome. The bosses are, again, few and far between, but they are very cool. And I still sticking to it. It's not like I want to hurry up and put it down and jump into Final Fantasy. So, and other than that, man, it just Helldivers, lots of Helldivers. I'm doing my part for democracy.
Good.
I'm, drinking that liberty.
And that liberty.
Raining down fire. And I was still having a great time. Man, they are doing such a good job of adding stuff to that game. Like every week that doesn't even, like, you wouldn't even know, like just little changes. Like they started adding meteor strikes now.
Ooh,
so
cool.
You're on a planet and then meteors start hitting the planet and you can get smoked by them.
Killing you in one shot. Repeatedly. Reinforcing. Dead.
Oh, it's so good. It had such a different, like a new aspect of like how you can die. And that's part of the fun in that game is just getting smoked by something you didn't expect or like see coming. And yeah, it's
I've been playing, that's like the only thing I've been playing all week. Mostly, it's been a great time, and I got to play with Geoff and Sniper Maverick earlier this week too, and that was a lot of fun.
Dude, sorry for interrupting. I have to drop now before I forget. Sniper Maverick is playing, and he hasn't played a game besides Call of Duty. And I want to say, like, since Christ was a cowboy, like it's been a long time. Like, it's ever since they started doing battle passes and shit like that, he has been like, "Oh no, trust me, this is the last battle pass I'm gonna do. No, trust me, it's the last battle pass I'm gonna do." And Helldivers got him to step away from Call of Duty for a while, and it's
it's really fun, man.
I'm
it's
ready
really
when
fun.
You guys are to set up a night and just do it.
We need to.
Yes,
let's do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be around tomorrow. I'll let Snipe know. Well, Snipe will be listening to this tomorrow, so he'll hear. Snipe, join us tomorrow if you're not. Don't have the
tonight or whatever.
And Jason will be level 1. We'll get to drag him along. we can toss him into the fire for fodder.
Yeah.
The one thing that I am a little annoyed about is like with Helldivers, there's 9 different difficulty levels, right? So the one that Geoff that we were playing on, I believe we were playing on level 4, right? Is that right?
3 or 4, whatever challenging is, yeah.
Okay, challenging I think is, I don't remember. I think it goes easy, medium, and challenging, and then hard. Yeah. So we might have been level 3, maybe 4. But a couple of the people I play with, we play on level 7, or we were, which is suicide mission. And it quite literally turns into suicide mission sometimes, because if you go down to the planet, if you complete the mission and then don't extract, you still complete the mission. You get points for it. So even if you
that even happens on easy.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. But like suicide mission, it's really, really fucking hard. Like chargers are coming at you all the time. You'll randomly get like the what the hell are they called? Bile Titans, the big ass bugs that come out. They'll just randomly drop out of nowhere and start spitting at you and shit. And it was a challenge. And then they basically took all of the meta weapons and nerfed them. So the weapon that made it actually practical to take down a charger, because you could actually break his armor, now it bounces off his armor.
Ouch.
And a lot of people are like they said that it was just, they were too powerful compared to the other weapons. So they were trying to bring it down to the other weapons. But the problem is, the problem is that we're on level 7 out of 9 and still having a really, really hard time with 4 people at level 20 all running the meta, right? And we're still having problems. You didn't need to nerf the best guns. You needed to buff the shitty ones, because your game is already challenging and it's already fun being challenging. But now it's like you've gotten it to the point where you can't reliably take out some of these big bugs that are coming at you. And like we didn't even play on suicide mission yesterday. Like the patch went in, I think it was early yesterday, and last night we were just like, nah, we're just going to play on, I think we played on level 4 or 5 or whatever. And we still had some problems. There was one point where we were extracting and literally saw a line of like 4 or 5 chargers coming at us as we were leaving. It's like, well, glad that shit's over. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? So, I'm a little annoyed at that, but we did get to play around with different things. There's a shield generator that you get at level 20. They nerfed that, so now it's like the recharge is higher, and it became basically useless. So I went back to using the guard dog, which is like this little flying laser drone.
The drone that follows you, yeah.
Which is super helpful, especially with like small bugs, so you don't get swarmed. But I'm hoping they readjust. Like, they did not need to nerf the good shit. They needed to buff the bad shit. Like, the bad shit was really bad. I switched from the shotgun that they have to a specific assault rifle, because they said it would penetrate medium armor. And it still bounced off to everything. It's like, if you want me to use other guns, make them not shit.
Yeah, they got to give you a reason to do it.
Yeah, it's like, make them not shit. It's like, don't turn the good guns into shit. I mean, I do too, but they corrected the wrong way. Like, the game is already challenging. At level 7, we were already having fun, but it was super challenging. Like if we got out of the mission alive, we were happy. We could not, like, we would leave optional objectives alone. Like it was really, really hard. And the longer you stay in a stage, the more shit that's coming at you. Yeah. So it's already challenging. They didn't need to nerf anything. They need to buff stuff. And I really hope that they do that. But that aside,
I'm sure they'll balance it.
Yeah, I mean they're not done. Yeah,
this happens every time a nerf happens. People lose their shit, and then like a while later, like, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's probably better because people find out other strategies. Like everyone thought that second major order on what's it called was like super hard, but they weren't playing it correctly the way that the devs wanted to. Everyone was just spawning into the middle and trying to defend that area, while the one where you have to extract the prisoner, or not the prisoners, the scientists, that one. And then by the time people figured it out, it was too late. So that planet never got liberated. But the idea is to have people on the outskirts to draw out the enemies, and then have only one or two people doing the rescuing. And then that made it easy. So it's like people, again, thought that was way too hard. Like, this is way too hard. But then people eventually figured it out. And I kind of like that aspect. And the community usually does it. It's got a very Souls-like community around it. Like, people figure out things. And, like, Bile Titans were hard as shit at first. And then people are like, oh, crap. Now they're pretty easy, depending on the, like, you don't even have to have the meta weapons to take them down easily anymore. So I think it's a lot of it's just people just figuring it out and where the certain guns are useful in, or for doing. Like, that's what I gather. But then again, I'm not playing on level 7, but I'm only level 14. But I'm only level 14 though.
Yeah.
And like, and don't let this discourage you, Jason. Level really doesn't matter in this game at all. It's about just what equipment you have unlocked. That's pretty much it. So
the level just
stuff then without level.
Well, you go up levels, but that unlocks
you go up levels,
things, and it allows you to buy them from the stratagem store.
So level is important.
The level is important on what's unlocked. Yes.
What's unlocked? Yeah, but it's not important in terms of like
you don't like if you don't go up levels, you don't increase your life.
If three of us are level 15 and you're level 1, it's not like you're going to be getting one shot by everything.
Yeah,
and you're going to be fine.
And just because you don't have access to the weapons doesn't mean you can't use them. Yeah. So because you call in the weapons. Like I'll call my stuff in, and then once the timer resets, I can call it in for you too.
Okay.
And like the first time I ever played, Geoff and I were playing with Johnny as a Boy, and Johnny as a Boy dropped in 2 of the auto cannons, which are just amazing. Yeah. They're a lot of fun. So the 3 of us are walking around with and that's a level 10 or 11 weapon. We were just like blowing shit up. It was great.
Yeah, we were like level 2 or 3 or something. Yeah, like that.
it was literally the first time I had ever played, and I'm walking around with one of these more advanced weapons. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Especially one of the things that Geoff mentioned is the orders. There's daily and weekly orders that get you more of the metals, which is basically the currency to buy. Stuff. Yeah, you can unlock different new primary weapons, new armor, new emotes, things like that. And like the major orders are a week long, and it's the entire community working towards it, which I think is super cool. So once and if you succeed, everyone gets the reward. Like all of the players, everyone gets the reward. And the reward will be like 45 of those medals or whatever, which is a pretty
This one's 50, the one that's going on right now.
Okay, what is
it? It's 50, and it's also, once this is done, mechs open up. So get on it, people.
Yo,
that's right. And that's another theory as to why they nerfed the railgun and stuff, because the mechs are coming soon, and they're going to kind of blow away everything. So we'll see how that works out. But I will say this: at level 20, Geoff, I opened up the railgun orbital strike, and it one-shots.
Awesome.
It one-shots anything.
People use that.
It one-shots anything. But the problem is it takes 3.5 minutes to recharge.
Yeah.
So
you get basically
if you're on
few shots per game,
exactly. So if you're on a map with like 3 chargers, you're going to be able to take out one, but that's it. You got to figure out what you're going to do for the others. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Lots of explosions, lots of funny things happening.
Cool.
Death isn't super. It doesn't hurt a whole lot because you have 20 reinforcements every time you play. So
okay, those are like lives, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, shared lives.
Oh,
but you will go through them on higher difficulty. The one we played with Snipe, there was 4 objectives. We didn't even finish the second objective, and we ran out of reinforcements. And somehow we did it. We did all 4 objectives and extracted.
You have to complete the mission to get extracted. So if you go to the extraction point, the terminal is not even there to do it.
And we did that thinking it was going to be there, and then it wasn't. We're like, fuck.
And we got there, and it's like, all right, well, we don't have any lives left, but let's go and try and complete these objectives. And we ended up doing it. Like, we got the objectives, took them out. And the one thing is, like, when you run out of lives, you're not actually out of lives, but there's a 2-minute delay on reinforcing.
Oh, okay.
So instead of being able to reinforce someone right away, it's 2 minutes and you get a reinforcement back, and then you use it, and then it's another 2 minutes before you get another one.
Okay.
So it's good like that. Like it keeps everyone engaged in playing.
Good. Okay.
So yeah, it's a great time, man. Let's play it tomorrow. I think you'll have a blast.
Yeah, I'm in. I've been wanting to for quite a while. So
yeah, good stuff.
It's fun.
Cool. Anything else, Geoff?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. No.
The only thing I have to add is something that Jason pointed out in Discord. He mentioned that there was a demo for Princess Peach. So I downloaded that and tried it out. You get they give you 2 of her transformations. You get Sword Peach, Swordswoman Peach, and you get Pastry Chef Peach. And so the swordsman stage is what you would think. It's it's mainly a side scrolling. You can actually it's not just side scrolling. You can go in and out of the screen as well. And she's got a sword, and she's like, she's got some combos, and she whips the shit out of people, and it's great. So that was fun. When I moved to the pastry chef, that stage was more like just mini games. So there was like one, you go through the stage, and the objective is to find, they're not stars. I think they call them sparkles. And there's like 10 sparkles in a stage. So the mini games each,
let's go.
The mini games in the pastry one, each mini game give you 3. And then there's like 4 more, however many that you can find other ways, but you get the 3 based on how well you do in the mini games. So the first mini game is making cookies, right? So she's cooking, she's mixing up the ingredients, and then it turns into dough, and poof, you've got cookies.
Boom.
And then you have to put the cookies on a tray, and you move on to the next bowl, and you just keep doing that. And the next one was decorating cakes. So she's got like one of the frosting. I don't know what they call them, but where they actually can squeeze the frosting out.
Yeah,
frosting tubes. Yeah, I can't remember what they call them. And you're basically they give you a picture of what the cake should look like, right? And you have to use the frosting and make the cake look that way. And once you do it, there's a good indication that you did it right, because it like kind of poofs into you see just the frosting you lay down, and then it kind of poofs into what it's supposed to look like. You know what I mean? Where it's like it might be decorated with fruit or chocolate or something like that. So once you finish those mini games, that was the end of the stage. So I know that like there's Ninja Peach, and that's more of a side-scrolling stage, and
more
there's
action-oriented.
More action-oriented. I'm hoping that because I do want to buy this game. It does look like fun. And one of the things I was going to say after the demo is, I think I'm just going to wait until it goes on sale. And then I remembered, no, this is a Nintendo game. Yeah. It will never go on sale.
Except for like Christmas and shit like that.
I know. It's like Black Friday. I'll get it on Black Friday.
For like $3 off.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 10%. Woohoo! But I do want to get it. I really hope that a lot more of the stages are more action oriented, like the swordsman one, because that was fun. But yeah, overall it was adorable, and like there's a whole lot of charm, and aesthetically it's really, really cool. And I probably will end up getting it, and I think I'm hoping that my daughter wants to play it too. I think she might.
Cool.
All you did was remind me that I have Super Mario Wonder. because I forgot I even have that game.
God, please play
that.
I just keep forgetting. Like that and Bayonetta 3 are two games I constantly forget that I own. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need to get to those.
But yeah, that is it for me. So we can move on to Jeff's question.
Sure. Well, there is a little bit of news.
Okay.
Oh, you did find some news. Last I heard, you didn't see anything.
No, there's only one thing of news, and I didn't even know this was news because I honestly thought this was already a thing like 3 years ago. But Ghost of Tsushima is coming to PC on May 16th.
Oh,
May
yeah.
16th. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a thing.
Horizon's coming out soon too on PC.
Apparently.
Horizon Forbidden West is coming out soon too. Yeah.
Right. Did they announce that too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or not announced? Like, did they give a date or whatever? I did not see that.
I don't know if we have a date yet. Let me see.
I want to say we do, but I want to say it's like end of May or something like that. But
if somebody would have said, I bet you $1 million that Ghost of Tsushima was not released on PC already, I would have been like, I'll take that bet.
21st of March.
Oh, yeah. 21st
oh, wow. That's even sooner.
Yeah.
Shit. That's in like 2 weeks.
So, that's my anniversary.
The same day as Dragon's Dogma. Good luck. Why do they keep doing this?
And the same day as Princess Peach, actually.
And it's Horizon again. Horizon literally gets...
Your birthday's the day after, isn't it?
Yeah, but still.
Okay.
It's the birthday week, Chris.
Birthday week. Yes, I'm sorry. March.
Why does Sony keep doing this?
I don't know.
They keep releasing Horizon at like the worst time in the world. Like,
because they don't want Horizon to ever get Game of the Year. That's why they always release it. They always release it in a year where there's something better.
Yeah, Jesus,
unforgivably. Like I don't get it. But yeah, it looks like March 21st.
I am 100% going to get that and forget that I bought it because Dragon's Dogma is going to come out and I'm going to play that. And damn it.
All right. So we'll get to the question of the week. It's not a deep one or anything like that. We just threw it out there kind of today, and
it's super deep. What are you talking about, Jeff?
With these with these games already released in 2024, what hasn't been released yet that we're mostly looking forward to? So we're just gonna discuss like a couple of them, maybe top 2 or 3, and see if anyone wrote in and have some. So I'm gonna kick this one off this time only because I probably have like 3 I want to name. So first, I'm gonna. Oh, and we are including games that don't have a set date that were originally announced
the year. This year. Yeah.
Yes, the window of 2024.
Window of 2024.
I wouldn't be surprised if half of what we say gets pushed to 2025. But you know what?
At least one of mine will. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
My first one's gonna be Hellblade 2. That one is for sure this year. So that's the one I've been looking forward to that since it was announced. That's probably my number 1.
I need to finish Hellblade 1.
Yeah, you do.
I did download it from Game Pass, so
nice.
I'll get to it.
I downloaded the second one from Game Pass. Not the full game, but they actually have it.
Placeholder?
Yeah, the placeholder.
Yeah.
It should come as no surprise. Dragon's Dogma 2. That's a big one on my list to bring it on. And it's birthday time, so please.
I didn't finish the first one. And actually, I barely was able to scratch the surface of the first one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I should, do I try and play the first one again or just jump into the second one?
It's a hell of an undertaking. I'm really glad that I played that game all the way through. There's the Dark Arisen expansion afterwards as well. It's a whole meaty game.
Oh, I've got that version of it. I've got like the
but from what I understand, reading previews and stuff, like largely the game is kind of unchanged. It's kind of polished a little bit more. I would worry that you would get burnt out. Like if you play the first one first and then try to jump into the second one. I think you're okay kind of skipping that first one and just going directly to this. That might be blasphemous
or if you're worried,
to say.
Try it. And if you don't like it, then be like, maybe you won't like 2.
True.
But if you do like it, then you're like, okay, fuck it. I don't need to play this anymore. I'm just definitely going to get 2.
But at the same time, they've ironed out a lot of wrinkles. So it's like he might get hung up on something that's kind of
been fixed.
Yeah. So who knows? But
makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's safe to just hit the second one, I think.
Okay. No, Cat, don't drink my coffee. My first one is going to be Star Wars Outlaws. And that, thank you, Geoff, for reminding me, because it didn't have a set date, so it was like at the bottom of the list, and I kind of missed it. But I had forgotten that was even coming this year. I thought I was going to get pushed.
You're a bad
but
Star Wars fan, is what
I am a bad Star Wars fan.
That's my biggest pick for likely to get pushed in 2025.
Yeah, mine too. I have a feeling it's going to get pushed, but right now it still says 2024, so I'm excited about that, and I will certainly be a day one for me, regardless.
Cool.
Okay. We'll do one from the Discord, from Sask Bob,
from the community.
He says Death Stranding 2, which I don't know if that's this year, but he said Death Stranding 2. He's old, so he he might not be all quite there, so who knows? But that's what he's going with for his first pick. And then he has another pick. Actually, I'm not going to say his second pick, because I'm going to save that for once, because I know this is on someone else's list.
Okay.
So I don't want to steal the thunder from one of you guys.
Gotcha.
Sorry, Sass Bob, you got your thunder with Death Stranding.
A Death Stranding release date is likely to fall sometime in 2024 or 2025.
Okay.
So not officially announced, but crossing fingers, I guess.
Saved by the Riccio, Sask. There you go. My next one is Indiana Jones. I think that looks great.
Yeah,
looks so good.
I'll have to check that out.
Indy fixed everything. No, ATM fixed everything. I'll take that thunder right now. Space Marine 2.
There you go.
Oh.
That's Bob's other pick.
Dude, that game was so fun. The first one, came out of nowhere and blew me away. I will play a second one of that for sure. Let's go.
It was good.
Yeah.
Very good. Better than it ever should have been.
Ridiculous.
I played that on PC, I think, too. That's how long ago that came out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Chris, do you have another one?
Yeah, I got two more, but one of them I'm going to leave because I know a listener pointed it out as well, so I'm going to let them have that one. And I'm going to say one that I know nobody would say, because I just want some closure, and that's Destiny: The Final Shape. Please give me closure. I really want to know what's happening with the story. Let's just finish it up and let's move on, Bungie. Let's move on. Because
stop beating that dead horse.
That dead horse is super dead, and your seasons are super dead too. Like let's be honest. I got the season pass and I played one season and I was done. So but Final Shape, I did. I'm in the minority, I think. But the last release, which was Light. Oh God, why am I forgetting what it's called?
Super Light Drifter.
Super Light Drifter. It's Destiny. Lightfall. That's what it was. But I actually really enjoyed Lightfall. Like, it was a really cool environment, like a big Neptunian city, and just a really, really cool environment. So they piqued my interest with what happened in there, and I really want some closure. So let's see what happens in Final Shape.
Gotcha. Rob from the Discord as well. He's saying not a game, but a DLC. Elden Ring: Shadows of the Erdtree. Expansion to my favorite game of all time, and incredibly hyped for it.
Yeah,
that was one of mine as well.
Yeah,
yes, that is.
Elden Ring was amazing. As someone who doesn't play Souls games, Elden Ring was amazing.
Yeah. Hey, at least Horizon PC isn't coming out the same week that comes out. That would just might as well keep it going, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. It's on me before I go back to the community. Okay, so some of mine have already been said, so I'm gonna go. I have to pick between two of these, and you know what? I'm not gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Replaced as my third. I don't know if you guys remember that game.
No.
It is a side scroller like Mercs. No,
damn it.
No, it's a side scroller with like a really cool art style. It was announced I want to say 4 years ago, and then it was supposed to come out in 2022, I believe. And then
I remember
the war in the Ukraine. It's been delayed. So it should be this year. That's why Stalker 2 was also delayed, but it looks badass.
Yeah,
and
it does. Holy shit.
If the gameplay holds up to how those trailers and those gameplay reveals show, then I'm like, yeah, that's going to be awesome. That could be my new Shadow Complex.
Mm.
Yeah, it looks pretty hot.
That's now on my wish list.
Nice. Jason,
yo,
if you have another one.
Yeah, I'm bringing the thunder again, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Lollipop Chainsaw remake. Repop.
Oh, yeah.
Repop. Let's bring it.
They're making a remake for that?
I guess so. I don't fucking know.
It's a remaster, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But they're calling it Repop, so it could be completely different.
Yeah.
Who knows?
True. Yes, of course.
Repop.
We all played that back in the day. At least Jason and I did for sure.
I did too. I've got it. I've still got it on the shelf. So
I remember. I think we all got that day one.
That game was pretty bad, I think.
I honestly don't really remember too much of it.
I just remember that I beat it, but I don't remember it was like super amazing either. So
I didn't beat it. That's where Jessica Negri got famous from. She did the cosplay, won a cosplay competition with IGN with that. But yeah, cool. Chris.
All right. Hey, that Hades 2 is coming this year, apparently.
Damn.
So you're into Hades, like that was a fantastic roguelike. So
it was.
That's a good place to go.
Their first sequel too, which is interesting.
That's true. I didn't think about
that. From the Twitter, L Team, he says, with Final Fantasy Rebirth just last Thursday, tomorrow it's Unicorn Overlord, and the 22nd it's Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah, buddy.
Another one for Dragon's Dogma. Next month is Stellar Blade, and the following month is Homeworld 3, which I didn't know they were doing another Homeworld. So those are the games he was most interested in. The games he was most interested in were front-ended, it seems, but he also still has a backlog as well. Yeah. So,
don't we all, buddy?
That's definitely a thing. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves for a quick second here, because this is what happens when I spread it across different accounts.
Ooh, gross!
All of the social medias.
Don't spread that stuff. That's you wear some protection.
Exactly. I'll check one more spot, and I think we're done. But
post that.
I think we all agreed before we started recording, we looked at that list and we're like, there's really not a lot that's confirmed for this year.
It feels a little top heavy, yeah.
Yeah. Greg Little. How can I forget Greg Little?
Snoggers. Yeah.
He's on the Twitters. He's saying he's looking forward to more single player stuff, especially Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yep.
There we go. I'm a big fan of fantasy games.
The most multiplayer single player game ever is Dragon's Dogma.
Oh yeah, that is multiplayer, isn't it?
No, well, not technically.
Well, it can be.
Yeah. You can't play at the same time. Yeah, you can create pawns and have them in your party. It's like they really, really wanted to do multiplayer, but couldn't figure it out or something. So they had all these hooks in there. So you could upload your characters and other people could download your characters and have them fight in your party. It was wacky.
So they're like Drive Avatars
the AI,
and Forza.
The AI does it. Okay.
Yep.
That's
is the new one at all multiplayer or no?
It's the same as far as I can tell. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
He goes on to say he's a big fan of fantasy games, and I like the prospect of having a party to take on these big creatures. And anything with a character customization is a win for me.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, I tried to keep it to one tweet, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg.
Speaking
do appreciate
of character creator, they just released the character creator for Dragon's Dogma 2, as a free download. You can spend 3 hours creating your character and have it upload as soon as you're
more
ready
games need to do that.
Yep.
I feel like right after you said that, Nogs just heard it and immediately went to do it. Good. So I feel like that's a thing.
Oh, he's probably already done it. Yeah.
Nogs is actually one of the people I suicide mission with on Helldivers. So it's good fun.
Shit.
Oh shit.
I posted this in another Discord too, and there was a couple replies, but there's so many. This is all. Oh wait, here we go. Sorry, this is the Gaming Social Club one. The what?
I said it's good that we practiced beforehand.
I know. I ended up getting busy. In the time I usually do this stuff, I'm like, oh no, running behind. Some people are okay. So Steve, he says he hasn't heard much excitement besides. Okay, I haven't really heard much excitement besides myself with the Star Wars Battlefront collection.
Oh,
probably because it's overshadowed by Rebirth and Dragon's Dogma 2. So that's the remake, the remasters of the Star Wars Battlefront games.
Battlefront 1 and 2.
Yeah, I had no idea this was a re-release or whatever.
Yeah, I knew it's coming. I might pick that up. Like I never actually played the first ones, like the original ones. So I might pick that up.
Yeah, and that's kind of my bad because I was wondering why some of these replies were kind of weird, and it's because I put most anticipated games this week instead of question of the week. So that makes sense why it was Star Wars and Dragon. Oh, whatever. But anyway, yep, that's it.
Cool.
All right, good deal. And I think that's it for us, right? That's a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
We are, as most of you maybe notice, we are missing Travis this week. He is taking care of his health, and we're hoping that he's doing well.
He's okay. He's not like
fine.
He's fine. There's nothing wrong, but he was not feeling well today, so we're hoping that he's doing well. So with that, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please tell a few friends about us. Like, subscribe, and comment. All of those things help us out a lot. Check out our Linktree at interactivedistractions.com. Come to Discord and hang out and chat with us. And if you like what we do, support us on Patreon. We'd appreciate that too. Follow us on Twitter. We are IndusChris, IndusGeoff, and Unistrike. And that's it. So until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Geoff.
I'm Jason.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next week.